Hello. Um, let's talk about my unit. I will describe it. So what I'm gonna do is in this presentation describe the basic structure, probably addressing some points that may require any possible clarification or that may not be completely clear. And finally, I would describe what I consider the picture of myself putting all this into practice and the possible limitations that or problems that will arise and how would I relieve them as a teacher, as an instructor. Regarding the first aspect, well, the basic of the unit, there is fundamental division between the first the 3 hours, which is the first week, and it will be based in a student presentation, the previous research, and after that we got some homework for which students will be used Moodle. But basically, this is design thinking on the um, main what would consider the main word here, which is the competences. We are teaching competence, and therefore classes are not planned, are not designed in terms of the classical um, position in which structure just provides students information. No, the concept, the basic informations, it's gonna be pulled out of the the interaction of the students, and so the instructor will be a mediator. And here's the second part: all the all the results of the activity will be mm, will be, so to speak, comprehended into a final individual task. And again, the role of the instructor is just to supervise the students are working, and here is where some possible problems may arise, because we got a research, but in the second week we have a debate, and here the problem is will be how to keep the entire class engaged and really with a thought of interest during all session, participation in the same. We all know that there are some students that really feel very comfortable speaking in public, or just because they like the stuff is being taught and they want to participate a lot, and that may exclude some of the part of the class which they don't like so much talking in public, or for whatever reason they don't feel that the topic is one among the favorite ones. So here is where the action of the instructor appears. The instructor will be a moderator, like in an assembly, like in a political assembly. I was thinking of that, like, yeah, just teaching this particular topic, which is ethics, but in the form that they can put it into practice and make a public use of the word, rather than um, rather than being concerned about how much stuff they are capable to retain. That's not the goal, but my top priority is see how they really interact in its students' work, its collective work, meaning speaking, and then individually in the written text, how they can interact and apply the concept they learn into current debates. The text that I suggest for the discussion is a current debate, the debate of the euthanasia. And well, going back to the problem about how to keep all the class engaged, well, the evaluation task, the presentations ask students, the participation in the forum asks students to compare different ethical theories, and that's how I expect to assure that they will be paying attention to all groups' presentations. Something similar applies to the second case, to the second part of the course, which is the debate. In the individual work, in the written text, which is a position paper, they don't have to just throw or demonstrate their position, but also they have to respond to any other argument that was brought up from one of their peers. And that's how I expect that I will keep the attention of the students during the debate, because they should know, and here is where the role of the instructor explaining in a very detailed way that they have to take notes, to jot down any of the I mean, or at least what they consider the most important ideas of the students. Hopefully this helps students to be engaged and really to get the most of the well this lesson that I hope to, as I said before, don't expect, it's not my concern to measure how much information they can retain or they get, but rather I'm concerned with how they put into practice, because as I start by saying, the big word here is competences, and I think we have to be consequent with that, and well, try to do the best we can in this regard. So that's basically the how I would connect everything. That's it. Thank you very much for your attention.